Welcome along to the EXFL Tier 2 Season 5 Singapore Grand Prix for race 100 of Tier 2. We have 17 drivers currently in the lobby. It's an early start to the stream here as I am joined by last season's Singapore Grand Prix winner in Tier 1 and Tier 1 itself 100th Grand Prix winner, E.T. Nico. He will be arriving shortly to co-commentate alongside me. But yes, this is an early stream with the new updated new gen, next gen Xbox. I'm able to not have any more issues with starting streams and it kicking me out. We are in for quite the race. 31 laps, probably going to be the longest race of the season and the most hard fought. 100th race, celebrating a big milestone for the league. And there's one driver here who is going to try and break one of the biggest records. It's the star, Thies, the championship leader. 7 race victories, equaling Dylan for the most race wins in Tier 2. He is heading into tonight on the verge of breaking that record to try and find his 8th race victory of Tier 2. His championship rival, Josh Crabtree, trails him by 3 points heading into this race. And as the clock strikes 7, we are heading to the ready up stage. As you can see, drivers are already readying up before the message is given out. They're eager, they want to race. And let's get started with some qualifying. Right, 18-minute qualifying then. It's a very important qualifying session. And Bram, Thies' teammate, does have a qualifying ban as E.T. Nico has just joined the party. Nick, if you can include your audio and say hello to the wonderful ladies and gentlemen. I've already introduced you with the whole 100 race thing last season. Lauren! Oh, he's left. Okay, I'll wait until he's a bit more stable with his connection and all that. Yep, well, I'm speaking now. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Please tell me you can hear something. Oh, dear. Can you hear me now, Nick? Will, can you hear me? Testing, testing. What? Oh, dear. Oh my god, Will. Okay, so apparently I'm good. Will just didn't have his volume. But Nick's saying I'm appearing offline, so... Right then, well, qualifying has begun. I saw someone did disconnect. I'm pretty sure it was Billy. Right, there we go. Gamer card. Right to game. He's back on F1. That's good. Try and invite Nick to the party. Hopefully he can join. There's nothing really else I can do. Yeah, invite you to party. Done. Final checks of the chat. And we will wait to see who's the first out on track. Let's enable all this. Nick, if you can just speak, that will let me know. No, we don't need that. We don't need tyre. It says it in the top right. Right then. Race 100 of Tier 2. Who is out first? It is Sin Icon in the Williams heading into turn 4. Getting his tyres nice and heated.
Hello?
Hello, Nick. Right, are you there? Well, obviously you're there, but have you included your audio? Yeah, your name isn't appearing when you speak. Have you pressed on include your audio?
I have, and I'm just going to load up the Twitch stream, see if it works.
I was going to say, just check and see if you can hear yourself. That's great to see. And as soon as you confirm, hopefully if you confirm, we will get underway with some action as the drivers are just doing their outlaps now. There we go. I was stuck on Sin Icon's onboard for some reason. Right, Bram has to serve his qualifying ban. He has to pull off after choosing his setup with a very nice looking card helmet. So he'll pull off, the game will disqualify him, and he will start last after serving his qualifying ban. He's parked up in a very nice and safe position. So there we go. The game has disqualified him. His car will hopefully not get in the way.
Oh, I am hurt.
Right there, Nick. Right, introducing last season's Singapore Grand Prix winner for Tier 1 and the 100th Grand Prix winner of Tier 1. It's ET Nico. Nick, say hello.
Hello everyone, boys and girls, men and ladies. Nice Tier 2, Singapore. Walls are close, stakes are high. I hope that Tier 2 bring on a very nice race for us tonight.
Indeed. Sin Icon has currently started a lap. We'll see who's coming around the final corner now. It's one of the Alpha Tauris. Smithy, Nick, do you want to take us through this lap, please?
Oh, Smithy. Alright, now going into turn 1, braking just underneath the banner, making sure not to braking just at the 50-metre rod. Missing the apex nicely through there, making sure not to touch the curb. And heading down the first of the back straight, the little kink in the middle, braking very late into the sharp left-hander with a 90 degrees, then into a 90 right. And into the long left. He takes a little bit of speed onto the exit, onto the entry of the corner. It doesn't quite run out to the wall. And into the famous Singapore sling. Bouncing over the curb back a few years ago, but not anymore. Then onto the Anderson Bridge. Very easy to get the inside wall, then into the hairpin there. Already loose the rear a little bit. Did a very scrappy lap at the moment. Into 7th gear, then braking just after a 100-metre board into another 90 right. And then to the section that's going to be removed for next year. Going through the chicane, making sure not to hit the inside curb there. Then underneath the grandstand, making sure to use all the curb on the left, which he doesn't quite do. Misses the apex on the right a little bit. Braking just after the black box on the right. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of his teammate. And then heading into the final 2 corners. Very easy, nicely done, and he just crossed the line. That's a 140
Indeed, a very scruffy lap from Smithy. He'll go again as Sin Icon has set the pace out in front at the moment. Let's look to the further expected front runners. Thieves has given up on a lap time. Carbro has retired into the tunnel section, so he must have crashed there. Riding on board with Tigo, we'll see. Yeah, he's just gone straight on. So that's Carbro out, and he'll probably join Bram at the back if everyone does get a lap time in. GSR Rosia, who has been the star of qualifying in the past couple of races, fitting on the front row in both Zandvoort and Italy. Let's see if he can get that magic first pole position at race 100 as Tigo now goes on to provisional pole, nearly pretty much half a tenth ahead of Sin Icon. As George Ducoul, one of 3 drivers making his debut today, and one of 3 of Chaz F1's friends who are joining. So big thanks to Chaz for helping out make this tier look better for the attendance, as who the other 2 are Billy H07 and where is he? Logovic, who is Charlie's teammate, who will hopefully try and battle past to the end of the season to reclaim 3rd in the constructors. But yes, Josh Crabtree goes full on 2.2 seconds quicker. He has been the favourite for this racetrack after being the quickest in time trial and getting some really good Grand Prix in as well for practice. But he is setting the pace, he is happy with himself, and these will have to go again. Jazz, slowest at the moment, the current runners, but I'm guessing he made a mistake and backed off. That curb is a real clipper, as he's got a Mercedes in the way of him. I think that was Frosty like coasting. What else can you see on the track going on, Nick?
Oh, so I'll just get the full track map up right now. We've got a yellow flag, one of the Alfa Romeos in the head. I wonder if he just clipped the inside wall, that would be Ego there.
Ooh, we got Arsenal in the wall, or down at turn 1. As he's got an Aston Martin coming through into turn 1. I'm not sure if that was Chaz or Logo. That's what I'll call him for now, Logan actually. Yeah, nice to see these 3 making their debut. I hope it goes well for them and they can score some points all respectively and collectively. Still waiting on Crew Bays, Josh's teammate, to set a lap time as well as Frankie. As it looks like all is good. Carbo's got a lot of work to do then. He's currently on an outlap then. What do you think the strategy will be, Nick, by the way, if it is a dry race? 2 stop? Can anyone pick a 1 stop one?
Yeah, I've had a tough thought about this. But obviously, we appear to there can be quite a few safety cars. So, I mean, I know some drivers were thinking about a medium, soft. And some obviously thinking about the usual hard, soft, hard. I have a feeling tyre management and degradation will be quite bad and high. Because there's a lot of traction zones, a lot of scrubbing the front tyres, mechanical grip, which the car does not like, nor do the tyres. So I think it's going to be tough for the drivers. If they're going to be wanting a 2-stop, they're going to be probably relying on safety cars. And my suggestion is just take it as it comes. If there's a safety car, pitters, I think we've just had a Mercedes there spin out of the penultimate corner. Yeah, that's obviously not fair. But I think, yeah, just take it as it comes. Open that.
Indeed, Fees on a good first sector there, 27 flat. He left no room out there at all. He absolutely aced it. And now he's coming through the tight, twisty corners of sector 2, making sure to use all the curb and all the track, keeping close to the right as he enters. Like you said, the old Singapore sling, which is now just a long left-hander, then a quick right-hander, 1 gear shift down, making sure to avoid the wall, making sure not to take too much throttle, otherwise you will spin. Getting right up close to the wall, taking a tight entrance, and making sure as soon as the car faces forward, you plant the power as soon as possible. He ends the second sector now. Let's see if it is purple once again. It is once again a 1 minute 04.3. He is flying around the streets of Singapore, making sure not to invalidate at a pretty much an invisible corner, keeping close to the right-hand side. Not going over the curbs, avoiding them this time, so not going to the wall. And now he has to navigate through the tunnel section using all the curb he can. He does use it and he bounces over, and now he just has to he'll hope that the lap ends as soon as possible. He's got 1 more chicane and then 2 final corners which are flat. After 1 gear shift down. Here comes Thieves then round the final corner. Is this going to be better to beat Josh Crabtree across the line? He misses out by half a tenth. These two are so closely matched. That was a brilliant lap from Thieves, but it still was enough to try and get ahead of Josh Crabtree. But at the moment, the 2 title protagonists sharing the front row with Chaz F1 a full 1.2 seconds further back. Just shows these 2 are really the class of the field at the moment.
Just looking at the sector times there, we've got just 0.02 of a second slower than Thieves in the first sector. Again, about 1/10 of a second in the middle sector, so that's where Thieves will be losing that time. And again, in that last sector, Thieves is about 3 or 200ths down maybe. So, very close. Maybe Thieves made a little bit of a mistake, or maybe Josh just has the edge on him.
Indeed. Sorry, Kiki asking for an invite, so we might have 18 drivers, which is great to see. As Crew is now coming around the final 2 corners, can he put his Red Bull above Thieves? Crosses the line, P3 for him, half a second off Thieves. Pretty much dead on, but he has put his Red Bull on the second row as Kiki has now joined. So what about I was going to say what about the other Ferrari, but obviously Bram is going to be starting last, so Red Bull do have the upper hand here. As Rosia, like we thought, is pretty much best of the rest, fighting with Chaz there, and Tigo as well. Alfa Romeo slowly coming up the ranks to be maybe the 3rd best team at the round for tonight. Sin Icon keeping well in 7th, and Chaz's teammate right up there in 8th as well. Good on him, as well as the 2 AlphaTauris and the 2 McLarens, and then the 2 Mercedes, and then Arsenal. And Frankie still not on, hasn't completed a lap. We should be seeing up there if he gets a lap in soon. Right, 7 minutes to go then in this qualifying session. Let's see who is on a lap. Erosia, I think, is... Or is he? No, he gets out the way. Nope. The Tigo right behind him on an out lap. Smithy, he's up on his time by a full second. So that would put him on a 39.5, which is equal with Tigo. So let's see where Smithy can go, as he's got a bit of traffic up in front, but it shouldn't hinder him too much. Around the final 2 corners, across the line for the AlphaTauri. Where will this put him? P6 ahead of Tigo. He found up 3 more tenths, and that's put him only, well, 7 tenths behind Chaz. Is going to need to find a lot more time to beat him. Arsenal's just started a lap. George Ducall is probably on a out lap, I'd say. Frosty Life on a 3-minute lap time on the mediums. Medium compound tyre. Nick, make sense of that.
There is no sense in normal language of today's life. Bro's bugging.
Bro's bugging, right. Well then, if I just quickly... Yeah, only one on mediums. Swag Kiki. Oh, we got a Red Bull waiting, but yeah, Swag Kiki now in his Haas. And then there were A teams, so yes, it's Josh Crabtree coming out for potentially his final run, and right in front of him, Chaz F1 exiting the pit lane. He's got to find 1.2 seconds. His time trial is 0.2 quicker than Josh, but obviously there's a bit of a difference between time trial and the real thing. Right, they're going to get temperature in their tyres. Crudivase is still in the pit lane, but we got over 5 minutes to go. He'll have plenty of time. These are still in the pit lane. And let's see who is on a lap again. Francis on an out lap. Arsenal on his lap, heading through the final sector now as he's hit the wall and he's ghosted. And that might not. Oh, I think he actually lapped off. Never mind. George Ducall, he's found 1.2 seconds, but gone very wide at the hairpin. But he's going to finish sector 2 now. We've got a yellow. I think that's just Arsenal slowing down. George Ducall found 1.4 seconds, but I swear that's still 3 seconds off Thies' time. We'll see where it can put him, as he is pretty much 2 seconds off the next car, so he needs to find 6 more tenths as he bounces over the curb, crushes the wall, and we'll see if he can find that time to maybe get himself out of Arsenal, and he can find even more time, maybe get himself ahead of his teammate. 3 more corners to go then for the McLaren. 1 gear shift down and then foot flat to the floor for the final 2. Across the line, it's going to be a 1 minute 41.6, and it is ahead of Arsenal by just over a tenth. Frosty Life crossing the line now on those mediums still. Really don't know what he's doing, because I don't think he can get in the pits and put the softs on now. I don't think. Nick, do you think there's enough time?
I think he might.
This seems like a push lap. Oh, it's in front of him, George Ducall.
But like,
spins.
I'm not quite sure, because like, I mean, he's done 3 laps and like, what's the point? What's the point of even trying to start?
Is he getting mileage?
Rose like
no idea.
running in the engine or something.
Right, so Kiki exits the pit lane, and this will be his one and only run then, as Frankie is currently on a lap. So let's see the rest of the lap with the Alpine heading down into the long right and the quick left, nailing that over the curb, down into the hairpin, very wide. Not really taking as much curve as he's lost the rear a bit. Yeah, that's going to lose him time. I think Thies was around a 1 minute 04.3. He's about 4 tenths off him. So this will put him roughly around a net P3 or 4. Depends how this last sector goes. Nick, you can take us through this last sector.
Alright, now coming up for turn 18, then coming underneath the grandstand, taking a nice long chunk of curb on the left hand side. Very nice. Does that very well, breaking up the black box on the right hand side into turn 21, and then turn 22 and 23 coming up next. Quick downshift, dab of the brakes, getting on the throttle nice and early, comes up towards the line. That's 37.6 to put in P3.
Indeed. So he is the closest to the top 2. What about Thies? He's still in the pit lane. Josh Crabtree has not improved. He found 8,000 in the first sector, I think, but has gone wrong somewhere. And will he have enough fuel to do another lap? Because he certainly does not have enough time to get into the pits and head back out. So he will see if he can do another lap. Thies has just come out now, so he will be one of the last to cross the lines. That might be it for Frankie unless he has enough in the tank. Crudivase is just starting his final lap now. So heading through the final couple of corners. He's got the Ferrari in front of him, who might help him out with a bit of a slipstream if he's not careful or doesn't see him. A little bit wide for Crudivase, but it's all alright. I don't think he lost too much time. Thies in his way, but gets out of it. Crudivase ends the first sector. Thies did a 27 flat. Crudivase himself has done a 27 flat. Icon is out of qualifying. That's going to be 7th best for him. But Crudivase matching Thies, maybe a little bit off, but matching in terms of the first decimal place for him in the first sector. Now has navigated his way through the twisty corners and is coming up behind a car that's not getting out the way. And just about Crudivase not lose too much focus. A little bit wide there, but he's keeping his footing and keeping it planted, and he's not giving up, and he's using as much of the track as he can, straightening the car, doesn't get any understeer, and we'll see now. Can he get a 104.3? Can he beat Thies? Can he match him? He's 3/10 down, but he's getting closer, and he's in a bid to try and not invalidate there, but also manage to get ahead of Frankie. He only needs to find a 10th and a bit, let's call it 2/10, as he's just going to navigate his way through the final sector now, right up against the wall. Singapore is so fun when you're just doing one lap and you've nailed it. Just got 3 corners to go now after this one. Just bouncing over the curves, it's looking like a nice and tidy lap. Now he's got to put it foot to the floor. Can he get ahead of Frankie? Can he even try and get anywhere close to Thies across the line? Oh, he doesn't beat Frankie, he's 8 thousandths short, and that will be very annoying for the race, who has been out-qualified by Frankie by 8 thousandths. He improved, but not enough.
Josh Crabtree on a lap.
Now. Josh Crabtree, as he's going right against the wall, he's going even quicker is the Red Bull. The championship protagonist, trailing his rival by 3 points coming into this weekend. 6 races to go after getting the championship lead, losing it. He's extended his advantage, a 37-1. Josh Crabtree is on pole position, unless
Thies is down 1.5 tenths
yep.
into turn 1, into sector 1. It's not looking good so far.
Yep, Chaz F1 retires, his teammate carries on. Thies is going to need a superhuman final couple of sectors to gain nearly 4/10 on his championship rival, as we'll just look further down. Frankie, I think he's on another lap even. Rosier has just, I don't know if he's improved or not. Smithy has found a little bit of time. Tigo, that's it for him, he'll be 9th. Billy 13th. George 15th. Frosty 16th. His team will be right behind him. Yeah, and Thies just not finding pace, not finding enough grip. As he's given up. Yep, that's it for Thies. Josh Crabtree will be on pole position for the Singapore Grand Prix alongside his championship rival. Thies for the 100th Tier 2 Grand Prix as Josh is retired and he's out, as Thies has got his teammate in front of him. Doesn't even matter if he gets held up because he's not really on a lap.
His teammate, I'm not quite sure about that. Red Bull team.
Frankie's got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with JJ Francis, and that will promote Crew de Vase up to P3.
I'm not gonna lie, I wonder if that was hopefully taken good, because that was Crew de Vase there. The Red Bull holding up the team. As much as things wasn't gonna improve, you never know. It did look like he held him up quite a bit.
Just waiting for these two to come out of the final call. They're both setting laps, I think, but JJ Francis has left the session. If you can invite him, Nick, that would be great. Right, so Bram and Carbo will share the 9th row, then Frosty Light, then George, then Arsenal, Billy, JJ Francis and Logo to complete the outside of the top 10. But it is Josh Crabtree on pole position, ahead of Thies, and we'll go through the rundown of the top 10 shortly. Right then. Josh, by quarter of a second, is on pole position ahead of Thies. Frankie will get a 5-place grid penalty, dropping him down to 8th. That promotes Crew de Vase to 3rd, Erosia to the 2nd row, Chaz to 5th, Smithy to 6th, and Zin Icon to 7th. Then will come Frankie, and then Tigo and Swaggy to round out the top 10. With Bram, Thies' teammate, all the way down in last with his qualifying ban. We're all ready for race 100 of Tier 2. JJ Francis is angry. Have you invited JJ, Nick? Nick, are you there? Okay, I'll invite him then. There we go. Right. Seems like it's going to be a dry race. A skylit night full of action awaits us. And we wish the very best of luck to the 18 drivers. Give us some action. Give us some thrills. Hopefully not too many spills.
Oh, bars.
Did you ever invite JJ Francis, Nick?
I did.
Yeah. Don't know if he's joining back, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. He'll have to wait until after the race, after the start, unfortunately. But we are only 24 seconds away from seeing all 18 cars line up. We'll get into tyres later, but we got to focus on this start.
I'm seeing some mediums in the pit box for the Mercedes. Don't know if that means anything.
Interesting. Right then. Thies starts this race back as the championship leader. He starts this race going for a record 8th win in EXFL Tier 2. On the night, we celebrate 100 races. The two in the top championship start on the front row. As the revs rise, it's lights out and away we go. Someone's jumped the start, but who will get the better start between Thies and Josh as they're wheel to wheel? As Josh has the inside, Thies has the inside line, but he goes deep and he gets ahead of Josh, but he'll have to give the place back. Otherwise, that might be investigated. JJ Francis AI has jumped the start as Thies is into the lead then, ahead of Josh, ahead of Erosia, as Kunabase has dropped down 2 places, as Chaz makes his way ahead of Erosia into Neptune 3 then, ahead of the Alfa Romeo, as Kunabase has had a bad start, as Sin Icon and Smithy, as Tigo's now at the back, something's happened with him, looking further front, Erosia versus Chaz, wheel to wheel, as Josh, what's happened to Josh? They're all lagging, but Chaz seems to get ahead, as Francis has gone off, as they've hit the wall, Chaz and Erosia is all kicking off. Erosia versus Chaz, they're banging wheels. Chaz nearly forcing Erosia into the wall as this is letting the top two get away with it. Wheel to wheel between Chaz and Erosia. Chaz comes out on top. Erosia trying to get the switch back, but can't quite do it. The Red Bull having a block teams behind as he's had a poor start, and they're still wheel to wheel as Chaz in front just stays ahead. Erosia has to sit behind, but now as the Red Bull has been tagged by Sin Icon who gets ahead, it's hit the back of the Red Bull, and that's causing all sorts of chaos. But already 2.3 seconds separates the top two from the rest as these might have to give that back. What do you think? What do you think, Nick?
I think he'll definitely have to give it back, and I mean, it doesn't look like he's gonna have. It doesn't look like he's gonna give that place back at the moment. And in my opinion, that's definitely a penalty.
Yeah, we got a yellow at the back. It's Logo and Erosia now dropping down places. He was in P4, but he's now been spun. Is he having damage? He does have damage. Did he have contact? Oh, it's all kicking off another half. Dragging Kiki as well. Did he have contact with Kunabase and Chaz has won? We'll wait and find out. A 2-second lead for Erosia as Tigo's joined back. As despair for Alfa Romeo. Thies had the inside line. He got squeezed out by Josh. Josh went wide to get the switch back, and Thies went too deep into turn 1 and gained an unfair advantage. So that will most likely be, from first looking, a 5-second time penalty for Thies if he does not have the place back. And to my knowledge, it has to be within 3 laps. So if he is listening, I would give the place back. But if he wants to get a 5-second gap, let him be. But safety cars are a very common thing to have at Singapore. So it's up to him. Bram has already made a brilliant start. He's up to P10 from P18. I think he's the biggest gainer at the moment. Let's see position changes. Yes, 8 positions gained for Thies' teammate Bram. He's looking on the back of Smithy for a 9th as he nearly halved the whole grid. Anyway, we'll look further to tyres as Mercedes is trying to challenge him. As Thies has been forced off wide, and that's allowed the Mercedes of Carbro to brilliantly take 2 in 1. What a move from Carbro as he's taken an advantage from Bram and Smithy, who's lost 3 positions in the span of a corner, and he's now got his teammate all over the back of him. What a move from Carbro, and the only soft runner to get a good start was Thies. Seems like Josh Crabtree falling back because he's on the hard compound tyre. So is the 2 behind him, as Sin Icon on the mediums, trying to get a bit more pacing, but he's under pressure from Frankie with that 5-place grid penalty. Nick, what do you make of the start?
It's a bit hectic. And I mean, he's on the soft tyres, he's got so much pace. Straight away, 2.2 seconds in the lead. And already, from my point of view, he's already ruined his race. And if there's a late safety car, and 9 times out of 10, in my opinion, that's going to have to be a penalty. And he's coming up for that 3rd lap now, and he's not going to give up 2.3 seconds. So I don't have a clue, but that midfield is
collision, sorry to interrupt you there, Nick, but Bram and Carbro have had a collision. I saw just the end of that. They they banged tyres, and it left them both in a spin, and it's dropped them all the way down to outside the points. All of Bram's hard work has come undone as Chaz in front and Kunabase now battling. Chaz goes off the track, rejoins in front of the Red Bull, and he's going to stay in front. I didn't quite catch the end of that either, but it looks like at the moment Chaz will stay in front. Don't know if he gained an unfair advantage like these. But we'll wait and find out. Battles for the top 2, battles for 3rd and 4th. Frankie has gone ahead of Sin, and yes, continuing it. Hopefully, yeah, he can get through it.
Well, just as I said, the midfield was heating up. Instantly, there's an incident, and very unfortunate for Bram. After starting off taking up all those positions, has now dropped back to P11. But still, Josh has actually gained a couple tempo on things. So
surely the softs are going to be wearing off soon.
Yeah.
Right, looking for the front. Both. Oh, there's that curve is just sending everyone airborne a lot of the time. Is that an Alpha Tauri that's lost a lot of ground? Might have been JJ Francis who caused that yellow. Not too sure though. But anyway, closest battle besides Tigo on George at the front. It's Crudaves versus Chaz. We'll quickly look to Tigo versus George as they're swapping positions. As Tigo's in the wall. What's happened there? Tigo. Oh, is he beached? Tigo, you need to reset to chat, my friend. He's beached on the curb. He needs to get out quickly. Anyway, we'll look further front as DRS has been activated. Arsenal, the first one to get a penalty, as is Swaggy Kiki. We've got a full course safety car has been unleashed. So that gap he had is going to go down. And I'm guessing that safety car was caused because of Tigo being stuck on that curb. He got out of it. I'm guessing he reset the track. Sin Icon now gets a 3-second under the safety car. These could take it upon himself to pit, but that is not giving track position back. You might read in the chat during the safety car what's happened, but if you are listening, maybe it is best to stay driving and not pause your game after what we saw between these two last week when they both hit each other. Their AI hit each other under the safety car, because from now on it will be penalised. As the bottom 4 are all on mediums, new mediums, but everyone's only 3 laps old if their tyres. This will help drivers such as Chaz F1 catch up to the back of the top 2. We'll hopefully get insights to what happened between these two heading into turn 5. Apparently Tigo got hit by a McLaren. Yeah, apparently got pushed on the curb. Yeah, it seems like, as George has got to drive through, unfortunately, for speeding under the safety car. He's up in P12. He didn't keep to his delta. And that's him with a drive-through, which will have to serve after the safety car has ended. Thies is in, like we expected. Josh now takes the lead. As Thies has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh dear, Thies. As if you were already going to get a 5-second post-race. He's got another one now. He's going to have to serve at his second pit stop, because surely he will not take those mediums to the end. But he's going to come out. He does gain a lot of position. This is one of the longest pit lanes of the season. Sin Icon also speeds into the pit lane as he comes out. Probably be maybe ahead of JJ Francis. He's staying out. And he does get ahead of the Ferrari. Yes, he does. So Thies will be in P9. Behind JJ Francis and ahead of Logan. So now everyone on the mediums and hard compound tyres. Top 5 all on the hards as Billy's up to 5th. Arsenal, the first medium runner, still on the tyres he started with. And then comes Frosty and JJ, and then Thies, who's made his pit stop, as is Sin, and Bram, who I'm guessing had to stop for a second while his teammate was being served. As Swag Kiki comes out now around the outside of the Ferrari, but has to stay behind. Protocol cutting the corner for some reason. As Smithy behind him, and then Carbo, and then Erosia a long way back. He'll be there's a safety car. So what do you think this means for the race then, Nick?
Oh, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I mean,
it's not helpful.
I don't know, mate. You started on the softs. Why did you start on the softs? He's gone on to the mediums. I mean, got a 5-second. The penalties on the safety car are brilliant right now.
I know.
I swear they've only ever come under safety car today. And yeah, P9, and he's got all of the drivers in front of him ready to stop him. And if he catches up to Crudaves, P3, he's got 2 more places to go. Ahead, he's got Chad, very quick driver we know, and Josh Crabtree, P1. and he's going to be going a very long way. So, yeah.
Yeah. I know it was only the start of the race. We don't know the fuel loads, but considering Thieves' fastest lap of those softs, we're only just under 2/10 quicker than Josh on the hards. Josh has so much more potential it can give if he puts those quicker mediums or heaven forbid softs at the end. He's in a good place at the moment, I think.
I also believe red fire tyres is the culprit for ruining Thieves' race with the soft tyres. Gave Thieves the strategy. And yeah.
Right, George into the pit lane then, making sure not to speed, unlike two others. This will probably still get him ahead of Erosio, who will still be last. George, I'm guessing, was trying to serve his drive-through actually. George, you cannot serve your drive-through during safety cars. You have to serve it after. But yep, another set of mediums going on then. He doesn't lose anything, I don't think, maybe one position at Carborough. And Erosio's coming around the final corner now. This will actually be a bit close. I think Erosio might actually get ahead here, and he does. Not going great for George at the moment. Erosio does get that place. They're all caught up top 16. I think it will be coming in this lap if the final two can catch up. But it's going to be Josh Crabtree versus Chaz and Krudovic.
The lag on Erosio. But anyway, the chat are enjoying themselves.
Everyone's leaving for me.
Oh, the race is finished. Let's go.
The race has finished. What's going on?
Let's go. Good game. Good game. This is my time to what I was going to say. Adam Nuffler gets a shout out to the I'm going to see Josh Crabtree do the fucking gritty.
Quality game. What's going on?
I'm just hearing the F1 theme tune in my ears.
Did we...
Oh, Josh Crabtree's doing the gritty.
Has everyone just lagged out?
I hit him with that right through crew. Oh, walking with that heat. I'm still in the lobby. I'm having fun.
Invite me then. Invite me.
The race is finished, bro.
Oh, right.
Josh Crabtree's won. It's a Red Bull 1-3. Chaz on the podium.
Oh, great. Quality game. Well, I might need to end this stream so we can get the qualifying results, and we'll have to go again. This has saved these if we do get a restart, because something we don't really say much. If we do a restart, nothing from the previous race gets taken into account. I don't think, anyway.
These can change his strategy, the lucky man.
I'm just wondering if I should end this stream to get the qualifying results.
Someone might have them.
Adam might have sent. Thank you, Adam. Lifesaver.
Oh, absolute goat, Adam. That's why he got a shout out.
Yeah, and got to take into account Frankie's 5th place.
Oh, yeah, we can do that, can't we?
Apparently some are still in, but most people have left, so it will be a restart.
Well, I've been kicked out now because the lobby ended for me.
Right. Oh, this is going to be a long night.
I've got school tomorrow.
It was clear at midnight. What a terrible game. Come on, everyone, join. There we go. Alright, that's 12. Just waiting for 6. $15 now. Okay. Nick, can you let me know when it gets to 18? While I just look down at my phone.
Will do.
Thank you.
17.
Oh, finally, he's unsent it.
18.
Who are we missing? 18. Who?
Oh.
Right, on pole was Josh Crabtree. Then comes these. I'll put Frankie third, but I'll drop him down 5 when I'm finished. Then Crudaves. Then Erosia. And then Chaz, then Smithy, then Sin. Nick, you need to press spectate. So there's only 17. Chaz, then Smithy, then Sin.
18.
Okay, cool. Then Sin, then Tigo, then Swaggy. And Logo, then JJ, Billy, Arsenal. Billy, Arsenal. George, Frosty, Carbro. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Grid's good. Aye, aye, aye. Right. Ready up, guys. Well, Thieves is very lucky to obviously get away with that then. Considering he was probably going to get a 5-second. But anyway, it doesn't matter. All of it, all of those 7 long laps, none of it matters again. And let's see if we can see an actual fight between them going down into turn 1 without any of them going off track or touching. But right, let's go again. Nikki, you ready?
Not particularly, to be honest. I'm not ready.
Well, at least everyone's in this time. Not JJ Francis was disconnected and he full on like jumped the start.
Oh, that was beautiful.
He didn't actually jump the start, but his car did, because he didn't get a penalty or anything. George will be happy, I guess. No drive-through. Who else? Whatever. A few people who had 3 seconds. Anyway, we'll wait to see if any strategies have changed. This does give them a bit of an advantage. See if these will change to a different tyre compound. But this is hopefully the main thing. And if it happens again at this rate, I don't know, 25%, half points, who knows. But anyway, let's hope that doesn't happen for race 100 of Tier 2. We're still waiting for the 30-second window where people are actually loading in. And if you are listening, remember to pick your setups. Actually, I'll give a... There we go. Let's hope no one forgets that.
I do not want to have to deal with the complaints after the race. I forgot my setup.
I forgot my setup. That's why I was so bad and spun after 3 corners. Anyway, here we go then. Once again, take 2. Right, Thieves.
Thieves don't
He
do
starts
the
this
exact
race. Thieves starts this race back as the championship leader. He starts this race going for that record-breaking 8th win. Josh Crabtree on pole. These alongside him. The championship rivals wheel to wheel, heading into turn 1. Let's see if it happens. As the revs are rising, Lights on, lights out. Josh Crabtree does get away. Well, this time ahead of Thies, and Gruneways sits in behind him. But Thies is going to try and sit behind someone. He's hit! The championship rivals have collided. Thies has hit the back of Josh. Gruneways take the lead, and more action and drama has happened. Thies did not want to go quietly, and he has ended that sequence with a big, loud kaboom with the championship as Josh Crabtree has fallen from pole position to all the way down into last. That will definitely be a penalty once again for Thies. Gruneways is in the lead. Oh wow, JJ Francis has miraculously gotten up to P3 with Sin Icon and Logo. And what's happened to Chaz? He's down, where is Chaz? He's down in 16th. Frankie is now in 17th.
This is laughable.
I preferred the other restart, if I'm being honest. These is on the back of Gruneways. He's already hit the back of one Red Bull this lap. He does not need to hit the back of another. What is happening?
This is brilliant. And he's on the medium.
Right, let's look at... JJ Francis has made up 9 positions. We've got a yellow in the back. Chaz F1 is down in last now. And it's... Oh, Billy and Swaggy battling. They're wheel to wheel as... Yeah, I don't know what to do. Right. Tyre. Let's keep it on that. Right. These decided to pick the mediums this time. And Josh stayed on the hards. He's back on the outside. Billy gets ahead of Swaggy. We remember last season, the world champion and the winner of the Singapore Grand Prix got spun and was down to last by the end of lap 1. Let's see if it happens again, as Josh has already got ahead of 3 cars as Arsenal, Tigo and Chaz have been in the walls. He's got the 2 Mercedes as Josh goes down the inside. The first actual proper move, and that is a brilliant move to start off the comeback for Josh Crabtree up to P14 now, ahead of Carbro as Gruneways crosses the line on those hard compound tyres, 6/10 clear of Thies, who's just ahead of JJ Francis, going for a move on one of the championship rivals down the inside. He forces Thies off the track a little bit there. JJ Francis keeps his nose in there, and they bang wheels, and Thies is now trying to stay ahead as we've got a yellow from Tito, I think. Anyway, they're still wheel-to-wheel battling. JJ Francis is going to try to switch back on Thies. Has he made it work? Well, he's still wheel-to-wheel with the Ferrari. This is brilliant stuff from the AlphaTauri as they're wheel-to-wheel heading down into turn 5. And JJ Francis is going to get ahead. Brilliant battling, brilliant move from JJ Francis. 10 positions in 2 laps for the AlphaTauri. And he's really put some distance between himself and Gruneways. Those soft tyres putting medicine in Thies' mouth for how he feels now as Sin Icon is getting close up to the back of him now. Wow. 3 seconds for Chaz. Not going well for him after fighting in 3rd on the last race. It's not gone well for him this time. Arsenal down there, and so is Tigo. It's Sin Icon versus Erosia now. He's going to pull out now. P4 round the outside on the hard compound tyres. Let's see if this works. Sin Icon leaves in the room, leaves in the space. Erosia up into P4. That was a great move from the Alfa Romeo as looking further back. Swaggy as Bram once again has already halved his position. JJ Francis gets a penalty, but Bram has halved the entire grid now in 2 laps, and he's got Swaggy and Billy in front of him. He's going to have to negotiate through, or navigate his way through, should I say.
He must be losing the front wing.
Has he lost his front wing? I can't tell.
On the ground.
Oh yeah, he's lost his right end plate. As that allows Josh Crabtree up in the P12 now, as he's got Frankie and Frosty Life. Swaggy's now dropping down the order. Has been hit by Bram or Billy. We'll find out after the race. Unfortunately, as Thies is still on the back of JJ Francis. DRS will be open this time. George penalty. As Thies, here we go, gets ahead of JJ Francis. JJ Francis right up close to the wall, but he has to let him go. Good move from Thies to get back in the second there. JJ Francis tried everything, and the other soft compound Renault didn't even use the softs in qualifying. He's Frosty Life in 9th, but Bram really has gone off the track. Bram trying the move, going to try to switch back on the McLaren car. Can't get the better race or the traction. Billy stays ahead, and I think that was all fair and clean. Bram trying every move possible. There's Mercedes now. Frosty Life on the soft compound tyres, trying to get back. Or just ahead of Bram. He's not going to try it there because that would be suicidal. He's going to try back around the outside. Can't quite do it. He's looking for every little move. And he nearly hits the back of Bram. Just about backs off. Can Bram send it on Billy? Not quite. Oh, he goes wide though, and that allows Bram, who's got a little push from Frosty Life there, to now get the DRS. Uses ERS, but he's not quite close enough. Frosty Life is. And will he go and have a send? Not quite. Billy's all out of shape though, as he's starting the 3rd sector, and he's holding them up. 4 seconds to the next car. As Thieves on those mediums, closing the gap down. 2 seconds between him and the Red Bull, who we thought would be Josh Crabtree. It's not, it's his teammate this time round. Billy is holding up a 5-car train, and I'll tell you who's on the back of this train. It's Josh Crabtree. He's got a yellow. And there's Frankie being hit by Frosty Life. And that allows Josh to get into the top 10 of the Carveros at the moment. There's with George as well. It's all happening. Carvero and Swaggy Cooper, should I say. That's further back. Josh is into the top 10 then. Ram going to try and all over. He's going to try around the outside. He's going to have to wait. Billy is putting up some defence to keep that Ferrari at bay. He's pushing him into the wall!
He's going
to try again. Josh watching all this unfold. The soft versus the medium versus the hard runner. They're all closing in on each other. Who's going to try and send? No one at the moment, but Josh is gaining and getting closer. Things has already gained 4 tenths and got a 3-second gap to JJ Francis, who's now under pressure from Erosia. His softs must be wearing off, as is Frosty Life surely soon. Those softs aren't going to go long into the races. He's lost the rear, and that allows Josh to get right at the back. He's got Frank Luton to the back and Chaz 5 seconds behind. Frosty Life 3. Crabtree, sorry to put that in, and Josh is going to get the move round the outside of the Mercedes. Is he going to make it through? Yes, he is. He is, as Frankie's going to send it. Nearly hits the back, and Josh has forced the Mercedes into the wall there, and then wheel to wheel there, literally connecting. That has allowed Josh into 9th. Goes defensive. Moves under braking. Frankie sends it on the Mercedes, hits him into the wall nearly, and they're still facing forward, but that is really over the limit from Mercedes and the Alpine there. Oh, wow. As Josh up in 9th, then he's got one of the rivals is Bram trying to make a move in the tunnel. He's hit McLaren. Josh is going to try and optimise that advantage. He can't quite get through. Bram is getting desperate now, and his teammate is nearly under a second behind Green Bay. He's gaining time. Bram is losing his cool, stuck behind this McLaren because he's got his teammate's title rival now within DRS and earshot.
It's only lap 5 and it's been very hectic.
It has indeed, as Erosia versus Jacob Francis now. They're wheel to wheel. As Erosia's got a brilliant exit with the DRS as well to get ahead of that Albert. Yeah,
down the inside.
Sending it down the...
He's a little wheel bang. Is he going to go round the outside? Surely he's going to end his. Just about did not. Doesn't make any sense.
As Bram versus Billy. Bram went off track a little bit, but they're still wheel to wheel. Josh Crabtree watching this. He's got the best seat. How Frosty Life has retired somehow. What's happened there? Is this going to be a safety car? It is a safety car. These games did not do what he did last time. Don't know how Frosty Life retired there. We'll see on board with the Arsenal. He's just got into the wall. What? Has he been squeezed?
Bit of an Almozo.
This helps the guys at the back. So this will help Thieves gain and everyone else gain on the gap that Thieves and Kudabay's got between themselves. Jada Francis managed to get back ahead of Erosia then, or overtake him, I don't know. Sin and Logan themselves, Billy.
I've just seen Thieves apologise to Josh.
The two championship protagonists.
One incident, and I believe Frankie and Frosty Life.
Was that between Josh and...
Yeah, I thought we'd have another scene. Apparently Frankie and Frosty Life came together, and Frankie believes that it was Frosty Life's fault.
Frosty Life. Yeah, I think it was Frosty Life's fault for not leaving enough room, but we'll see if he clips it. Everyone coming in. Let's see if Billy stays out. He does with Bram and Josh. So they will all gain, and they might be up into 4th. Yes, they are. Billy's McLaren, as well as the helmet, looks so much similar to Will. I've just realised the McLaren livery's gone.
Yeah, I think they've got the same helmet. Will and
oh wait, that's the Lando Norris helmet.
Yeah.
That suits him then, the McLaren. Right then. What we saw hinted at Italy, because it wasn't actually them, their AIs taking each other out one lap after the other. We have actually seen the first, well, besides the restarts and the little bits of contact, we've actually seen an actual crucial bit of action between the championship rivals, resulting in Thieves breaking too late into turn 1, hitting the back of Josh Crabtree, spinning him out Obviously, Joe Parcel, two corners later on lap 1 last season, got spun out and he was last, down in 14th, and went on to win the race. Let's see what Josh Crabtree can do this time around. Tier 2's 100th Grand Prix. It's already got as much action as we thought it would be. And let's just hope that we can all stay in this lobby during the safety cars. That's come out pretty much at the same time as last time. Let's check the chats. Oh, Tigo.
I'll send him.
Legend. We need T-Goat. Where is Tigo? He's up in 13th. Let's check the penalties. 3 seconds for JJ, 3 seconds for Chaz, and 3 seconds for Frankie, as well as George Tuchel and Carbo. No actual 5 seconds of drive-throughs yet. Grid Race is going to really need to get a good restart here. Although hard compound tyres compared to these mediums, seems like safety car will be in next lap as T goes back in. Billy enjoying his debut at the moment, up in P4. Good on him as a Logo in 12th and George in 15th as the newcomers. About 115 drivers in the history of Tier 2 and they will make it 118. To add to that, let's hope we don't see any AIs taking out drivers because it will be the driver's fault. But at the moment, all well and good. Safety car leads them round to the end of sector 1, getting temperature back in their tyres. Tigo should hopefully be rejoining his car any second. Now there we go. Oh, what timing. T-Goat rejoins.
Mastermind.
I know. I actually don't know if the safety car will come in this lap because Carbo and Smithy are.
How long's it been out for? I've lost track. 2 laps?
2 laps? Yeah.
I think
Smithy's
4 laps.
just finished the lap. Yeah. I mean, I remember in Britain, Tier 2 Season 3, the safety car just stayed out for 10 laps. Is my profile offline?
Yeah, well that's what I said to you, but I think it's just Xbox, because sometimes it says you're online, and then if you click on your it says you come online, and then I go to my friends list and you're not online, so it's just like...
Well, while it's a safety car, I'll just check the Xbox app to see if it says I'm online or not. They're heading through the end of Sector 2 now. Appear offline. Yeah, so I'm on. I should appear online, so it's Xbox's fault.
Yeah, you're online. Well, it says you're online because you're on Xbox. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Oh god, what's happening? Arsenal and JJ Francis. JJ Francis should be ahead because I remember seeing 333. So hopefully that's all good now. Yeah, we are generally going to have another lap under the safety car. These three have not caught it yet. As we already reached 8 o'clock. 1 hour since we readied up and we're only on lap 7.
Oh!
Ay caramba. This is going to be a
if
long
it happens
race.
again. What lap did we reach?
It's not if 7 last time.
Oh.
Well, so we've made it further than last time. Don't jinx it. If it happens again, that means we've done 14 laps of running, which is pretty much half race distance, and we will do a 25% race at that rate. But let's hope not. That's the last thing I want. As the safety car will be coming in this lap because they were 100% cash. Right. 18 cars started. We're left with 17 as Frosty Life retired. He went into the barrier. His return to Tier 2 from Tier 1 really hasn't gone that well since Britain when he rejoined. Pole position, but he really has been unlucky in races. His teammate running in 17th, Smithy in 16th. Well, let's see how many places. That's not it. There we go. Smithy's lost 10 positions. George is where he was. Swaggy's lost 4, Tigo's lost 4, Logo was lost 1, Sin's lost 4. Arsenal running in the top 10, he's gained 4. JJ Francis, after being up in P2, did pit, remember, battling thieves, he's up in P9. Chaz has lost 3, but he stayed out after being spun near the back. Frankie has lost 5, and Josh, after being spun, is up in P6. Bram, from starting in last, obviously he stayed out as well, has made 13 positions. So as Billy has been, who was near the back, he's up in 9th. He's made 9 places up in 4th. Erosio has made 1, Thies has stayed where he is, and Crudave is after starting 3rd. is now leading this Grand Prix. Hasn't been involved in any incidents, so he is winning this Grand Prix at the moment. Right, let's change it to penalties, and we'll go from there. Right. Right, safety car is in this lap. Are you ready, Nick?
I'm never ready to take two. But
I was going to say, if it's no, it's fine. Fair enough. Right then, Red Bull, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, and McLaren top four. It's 4 different constructors. Then comes another Ferrari, another Red Bull, then the Alpine, Frankie, then Chaz, then JD Francis and Arsenal round out the top 10. The 2 Williams next to each other on different compound tyres. But looking further at the front, Crew of A's will lead them away, hopefully getting a good restart. You cannot be alongside, and I don't think it's Singapore you even want to be. Crew of A's is going to pick his moment, and he needs to pick the right moment. We're going to ride on board with Thieves to see when Crew of A's will go. Is he going to wait until the last 2 corners, or is he going to bolt it now? He's going to wait, but now he's gone. No, he's not. I thought he went there, but Crew of A's is waiting right until the line. And that's not a good restart because Thieves is already alongside the back of him, and Rose is trying a little bit there, and Thieves is now going to send it to the inside. Can he take the lead? No, he can't. Greenway's just stay ahead of the Ferrari. Then comes Rosa all over the back of Thieves and Billy, and then comes Bram and Josh Crabtree, keeping it safe, but hits the back of that rear tyre. Frankie is out. He feels through the Chaz. F1 is ahead into turn 4, side by side, as Bram's already trying to move on Billy again, as they're still staying facing forward. That's a further to the front. Can anyone challenge for a move? No, they can't quite. Billy staying ahead of Bram. There's Josh Crabtree down on the inside of the Ferrari. He makes Bram go deep as Josh stays where he is. Frankie and Chaz go off the track. Looking further back. JD Francis is going to try a double move.
Oh,
yes, he is, because Chaz F1 and Frankie and Frank Wheels and Smithy. JD Francis, should I say, sorry. Oh no, it's all carnage. Smithy's dropped down to the back. He's pretty much in front. That's him and Chaz getting too close and too close for contact. Has ended with them both facing into the wall. Chaz is still in 8th. Smith and JD Francis getting right up close to the wall, looking further front. What's that yellow about? Oh, it's Smithy. And Carbro is in the wall. And George. As oh god, Slaggy's hit the back of Tigo now. Right, so Crib Race leads out by 6/10 ahead of these. Then comes Rosia. Billy is still keeping Bram at bay. Bram is not going to try and let Josh through. But Bram has already lost nearly 2 seconds. Stuck behind Billy as Billy's gone wide. He's even hit the wall. And this is losing Bram so much time. He's holding such a train up. This is allowing JD Francis and Chaz to get back. Look at this train from McLaren. But he is holding his station. He is holding his car in place and ahead of the top drivers in this tier. The OS will not be activated until the next lap. Bram is going to have to stay behind, already using half of his ERFs. As look at Billy, he's just using only a quarter. He's just keeping ahead of Bram as Bram's trying to move. Oh there! Josh Crabtree and Bram have come together. He's spun Bram. Josh Crabtree has now been involved in an incident. Oh dear, that allows Chaz out of nowhere to get past them. Oh, this post-race stewarding is going to be so long. Right then. Bram spun now by Josh Crabtree battling away with Swaggy Kiki. Is he going to go round the outside of the Haas? The Haas keeps his nose in there, but he gets the move done. Good move from Bram. As down the inside goes Tigo and Arsenal. As they're going to bang into the wall, they're going to bang wheels. This allows Bram to get right behind them. He's going to try to switch back. Arsenal puts the brakes on so much that Chaz now gets ahead of Billy. Chaz is ahead of Billy. It took Chaz nearly only 4 corners to get ahead of the McLaren. That's still made a mistake. Good on Chaz. He's come back from Narnia to get it up in the 4th now as Josh pressurises Billy into a mistake. He's now wheel to wheel with the McLaren, and this is a crucial move he needs to get done. He's going to try around the outside as he's nearly forced into the wall from the McLaren. He has to back off as that's allowing Chaz to get ahead. I don't see Josh making a move in the last sector. He's going to try and send. It's not going to work. Same gap out for the top 3. As what's going on with Billy? Billy's ghosting. It's going to allow Josh to get ahead. It is, because what is happening to Billy? He's ghosted. And Josh will take any opportunity he can. That was an opportunity to get past Billy because of the ghosting system. Works in mysterious ways.
Red Bull is very low with ERS already. I'm just having a look at Steam and pretty much everybody else. They've got a lot.
indeed. Oh, Billy and Sin Icon and Jaden Francis too close to the Williams as Bram has made another move. Past Arsenal with Smithy and Frankie, and they're all going off the track. What's this as Carbro is losing the rear absolutely everywhere. Right, DRS then. He's not quite close enough to Crudaways this time round. No ERS for Crudaways, so this should be an easy move. But all season we haven't seen the Red Bulls or the Ferraris really make contact, but tonight we're seeing it all. There's Sin Icon versus Jaden Francis versus Lodo is trying to get in on the mix. Thank God for the ghost system, that wouldn't have ended well. We got a yellow. Don't know who that is. Might be George. It's hard to keep track of everything. Right, Erosia just sticking within a second. We got a yellow, I think that's Frankie. Lost his wing, I'm guessing. He's down in last. Oh, he's lost a bit of his wing.
Unfortunately for Frank, because he showed some very good pace at the start, and to be last of the match into the race is unfortunate.
Yeah, Bram making another move. Now into the points again. The comeback is on. He's got Jazz's teammate Logan in front of him now. 4P9, he's all over the back, or was all over the back of Sin Icon before making a mistake. Yellow from Frankie once again. Bees is now only a couple of tenths behind the Red Bull, 50% compared to Crudaways, who has like 10 times less. But he keeps ahead, but heading onto the straight. Surely this is Bees' chance. Bees' ERS to try and keep within him. And we'll see how much the setup helps. Frankie gets the 3 second, but we're going to ride on board with Bees. DRS on, ERS deployed. And here we go then, the Ferrari versus the Red Bull. Will he try the inside or the outside? He's going to try for the inside, and he's wheel to wheel with the Red Bull for the lead of the race. Dees takes it back, but goes off track in doing so, and he's going to have to probably give that move back. What do you think, Nick?
Beautiful stuff.
Oh, do you think it was legal?
I don't even know. I've been looking at Frank trying to crash him.
Oh, that's beautiful stuff. Basically, Beast sent it to the inside and then went off track and stayed ahead. I'm not sure that is legal. Oh, as Crudaways has got it all wrong. That's allowing the Rosie. Oh, it's so close to the wall. To close in on the Red Bull. Will Thies give that back? He didn't last time, so I'm guessing he won't this time. Don't know if that was legal. Let us know in the chats if what do you think of it, and we'll get back. If there's another safety car, we can read them. Chaz versus Josh, then Josh. 5 odd seconds. Oh, what has happened here? Bram and what Bram and Tigo. Oh no. Tigo's 2 IPs away from being kicked. JD Francis and Billy now battling. What is this? Billy's lost his front wing. It's a 5-car battle, and some people don't even have a full car intact. For what is going on? Chaz has lost all. No, that's not Chaz. Logan's lost a bunch of positions, I think. There's a Swaggy Kiki out of nowhere. Now it's a bag. Oh, he's being spun tier 2. If you ever wanted a 100 race to sum up this tier, this is it. Still 17 drivers left. What is going on? Billy's going to have to come into the pits, as is JD Francis. As he's hit the back of Billy. He's hit the back of Billy into the pit lane. Don't speed. Okay. Oh, what is going on? Bram now in as well. Oh,
we've got one of the, I think it's Peter.
Anyway, here comes Josh Crabtree versus Chaz. Will he send it down the inside of the Aston Martin? Yes, he will. That is a brilliant move from the Red Bull. Chaz will try and do the switch, but he can't. That is a great move from Josh Crabtree on one of his biggest rivals in this race. And he gets himself up in a 4th. Chaz with a penalty as well. Such clean, committed, good racing between those two. Chaz left in the space, didn't want to turn in, had to give up the position. He knew Josh was quicker. Anyway, there is another battle between Carbo, Smithy and Arsenal for the last points paying position, as Arsenal was in 10th, now into 11th. Smithy up into 10th after being down in 15th. Carbro just vibing. Swaggy in 8th, going a bit wide there. Crazy stuff. In the past couple laps, can't catch a break. So these under investigation then for 2 incidents, lap 1 and how he overtook Crudaways. So he's under investigation with both Red Bulls. Crudaways, has he done anything so far this race?
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't think so. And if he has, then we've got Josh Crabtree will be investigating for that incident with Frankie, I think, at turn 3. So Swaggy and Logo's ghosted, so Swaggy's ahead of him. Look at this battle. Logo, Carbo, Smithy, Arsenal, and Tigo has dropped 7 seconds further back. Bram is going to be hoping for another safety car. Switch to tyres. So these on those mediums will be pitting before the hard compound runners. At least they're the 4 behind him. And then comes Sin Icon on newer hards. Could Sin Icon be taking those to the end of the race, do you think, Nick? 25 laps on hards.
Icon, and let's go to tyre live. He's already done those 8 laps.
He's 23 seconds off the lead, so if these pitted now, he'd come up behind him.
Wait, how many laps are left? 25, and he's already done 8.
17.
That's
17 laps. I said 25 like, overall.
Could do.
Yeah.
Depends how he wants to treat the tyres, really.
I mean, if there's a safety car, I might rather really help him or really not help him.
Well, if there was safety, I'd probably pit. You know,
if there was a safety car, then these guys could pit and be ahead. Anyway, we got a big battle here. Swaggy, Logo, Carbon, and Smithy all fighting for the final points. Here's a great angle from Smithy as he's looking at to the inside of Carbo. No one's really sending it there. As what is Frankie doing?
Yeah.
Frankie's put the inters on.
Well, I've got a 5-minute clip of him trying to crash on purpose, and I've just been keeping an eye on his back.
That's a good point. So yeah, Frankie on the inters then. As Thies is in, we've got to focus on the front. Thies doesn't speed this time, and like I said, he'll come out behind Sin surely. But will he come out ahead of this big battle, or will he come out behind? He'll surely put the hard compound tyres on, and he'll be going to the end. These guys will be putting the mediums on, so fight is on.
Good fight against each other.
Clarence, George and Billy.
Yeah.
Debuters, newcomers. Anyway, Thies doesn't come out ahead of Sin. Oh, it's going to be. Oh, Thies is cut across. He cut across, but came back into within the white line limits. And I was right. He just come out ahead behind Sin and ahead of Frank Duku. That's not really going to be investigated. That's the game's job for the exit line. But he made a little mistake, little twitch. I'm guessing on those new tyres. He's come out behind Sin, so he's got to make his way past. He's got barely any ERS. There's a lapping Frankie who's on the inters. Let's see what Thies can do. Is he going to have a send? No. Going to keep behind that Williams for now. And we'll try an opportunistic move down the inside on Sin. Thies gets the move. As I think Sin was a bit distracted from the Alpine of Frankie, but Thies has got ahead. Might have lost a bit of time. Let's see if Coup de Vase will get in. Let's look at that. The Rosie was all over the back of Coup de Vase, and I don't think the Rosie has been involved in any incidents. And if he has, then we'll see after the race. But he is now fighting for this win.
McLaren just stepped up some Mercedes 2016 style moves there. A little bit of contact coming out of turn 1. They were both fully sideways, getting tasty between them two.
Indeed. Right, let's see. No, they're not pitting, so I'm going to ask you, Nick, could you have a look at Josh Crabtree's times for the past few laps compared to the top 2? Because he has been reeling the top 2 in a lot.
Okay, right.
3.8. I'm just going to keep that in mind. Out to leader. He's 23 seconds. It's going to be close between these two. Oh, we got a yellow. That's the Mercedes. Is it Carbo? It is Carbo. Oh, come on. Wheel to wheel, banging wheels. Yeah, you do this, Nick.
Hiroja and Jack have made. They did a 44.8 and a 44.7, and Josh did a 43.0, I believe. So nearly 2 seconds quicker.
So Rosier takes the lead of the Singapore Grand Prix. He banged wheeled with Coup de Vase, went off track. Still don't know if that was legal again, as the two McLarens are battling. But Rosier now takes the lead. But with these two battling, this is allowing Thies, who was 23.6 behind, to now only be 22.1 behind. He is pushing, and he is liking these new tyres. Josh has gained 1.1 seconds before we even end Sector 2. That is obviously because these two battled. But yeah.
Frank is now on the wets, so
he's clearly been listening to Will's podcast on tyre strategies.
On Spotify,
yeah, on Spotify, yeah. It's working at the moment, but it might not pay off near the end. Right, Josh, 2.9 behind then. to his own teammate. Chaz just has not got the pace at the moment to
And
keep
Josh is
with.
in. Jack's
He's a
in
long
even.
way from. There we go then. So
And
we'll
this
expect
is
Josh in.
gonna
Oh,
be a double
what?
stack. Oh no.
We got a yellow. Oh, and they just timed this perfectly because Frankie's out of the race. Oh my God, they've timed it perfectly.
Definitely did down perfect. Not gonna lie.
Right, here comes Jack into the pits. Comes out. Josh has to wait a little bit, but that is absolutely bang on for the Red Bulls who have pitted. And oh, he has to serve his. Wait, what's going on? Did Josh have a penalty? Why did Josh have to wait for so long?
I think it could have been. It could have been just like. Usually the game.
Well, I thought it was going to focus on him and Thieves, but Thieves got ahead of good race. Thieves is going to be on the hards as he passes the safety car after crashing with the safety car right there last season. Thieves is on the hards. The Red Bulls are on the mediums, and I don't know about you, but Erosia is looking in really good form at the moment.
He
As
already
Chaz
gained
did.
7 tenths.
Oh, Nick says you've left. Nick says you've left.
It's because I'm looking at Flex.
Oh, okay. So it's
I'm
not
just
me.
making
Okay,
sure
good.
I've got all the evidence.
Right, we have our second safety car of the night as Frankie has caused it, and he'll probably get some penalties because we don't really like to see people just not exactly giving up, but just having that kind of fun, just interrupting the race. Carbo's got 5 seconds for crossing the pit lane, white line. Billy Pitts, he was running in 4th, he's down in last at the moment. Anyway, looking further front, let's see. Rosia and Chaz will definitely take no second invitation to pitting at the moment. And let's see, can Erosia get ahead of Thieves? 24 seconds. And Thieves has to keep it a delta. Could we be seeing Erosia potentially get into the lead for track position? Never won a Grand Prix in Tier 2. He's come close. He battled with Bram, obviously, in Zandvoort before he got taken out at the restart on turn 1. But he's into the pits now as Chaz F1 follows him, making sure not to speed. And suddenly this race has come alive for a driver who has given up a lot, has been very unlucky. He finds himself at the front, obviously. This has happened a few times before near the end of the race and it hasn't gone well. Let's hope it does this time. But Erosia, this is the main key. He will emerge in the lead.
My God.
Ahead of, ahead of Thieves. Thieves is going to push. But at the white line, Erosia's ahead. Thieves, you've got to give it the place. Oh, they back wheels.
That's fun. That's going to be fun.
It is the 5 seconds. The bank wheels, which was unnecessary. Erosia was ahead at the white line, and I'm glad at least Thieves gave it that place. But Chaz has split the 2 Red Bulls. Oh, this is close, but he has got a penalty. So Thieves is the only hard compound runner of the top 5, and Bram is on the hards as well. So Ferrari on the hards compared to everyone else on the mediums, and Carbo on the hards as well. This is going to be a very dramatic finish. We'll have about 12 laps remaining.
I can agree with Adam there. This restart's going to get zesty. What's he doing?
What's who doing?
Where's George gone, man?
Oh God! Oh, he's just given up. He's gone.
Oh.
At least he read the rules. You know, retire after the 50%. It's unfortunate for George in his debut, but hopefully he'll try again next time out.
George too
Right,
cool,
we've lost
man.
3 people then.
I agree.
Yeah, he's too cool for this. All right.
Yeah.
So Billy is left to pick up the pieces. The safety car will probably be in the next lap. That should give enough time. Right, Billy in 15th, JJ Francis 14th, Arsenal 13th, Carbo 12th. One of the 3 hard compound runner, everyone else on the mediums. Tigo in P11 on the verge of points, Snippy in the points in P10. And Logan's pretty much stayed in P9 this entire race. Swaggy and Sin, they're going to be on new mediums compared to Bram's hard compound tyres.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that with Bram. I'd be pleased with him. I think Thieves would be lucky to get top 5.
Bram is going to... He's got Josh in front of him. And considering Josh had an incident with Bram, I remember now, Josh had an incident with Bram spinning him in turn 3. It wasn't with Frankie. I mean, it might have been. Bram is probably going to remember that. He's going to try and have a go. Unless Josh can try and do another move like he did on Chaz heading into turn 5. and get it done as quickly as possible. This race is going to be very crazy because Erosia leads, and this is for the win. And if these cannot challenge Erosia and has to battle with these lot, that leaves Erosia in P1, can get a gap, and who knows, win Tier 2's 100th Grand Prix potentially. We've had 2 safety cars, this is the second, as the safety car will 100% be in this lap, as Billy should be able to catch up. See what they're saying. A lot of people unhappy, some people happy. Shout out to Sasha McMillan, the GOAT, the legend, the myth. Hope you're watching, I hope you're enjoying. And yeah,
Why'd you call him a
Smithy. What?
Well, a myth, you called him a myth.
Myth?
Myth?
Yeah, people, in 1,000 years time, people are going to talk legend of him, talk
Damn,
stories of him.
that is true. With his amazing F1 articles.
Yeah, I know, right? Right, invite to game for Smithy. There we go.
Oh, I was trying to beat you.
Nah, I'm clear. We're not going to avoid lap 28. Right. Well, unless something happens on lap 28, then maybe that's enough. Right, safety cars in this lap. Erosia. Can't remember if it was Bram or Erosia at the restart of Zandvoort who got a terrible launch reaction. But let's hope Erosia this time round can do it. Let's hope he can keep constant pace, not speed up then slow down, which you're not allowed to do. And let's hope others don't get alongside. Stay in position, Swaggy, Logan. Right then, we're going to have 12 laps of racing. Singapore Grand Prix. This is already one of the longest Grand Prix of the season. Right then. Been riding well with these again. When will Erosia go? Good race left just before the final corner. Erosia's getting temperature in his tyres, and he has gone now, and he's pretty much got ahead of Thieves, and that's a good restart for the Alfa Romeo. Thieves are going to be under pressure from Kuda Bays battling once again for position on those mediums this time out. Chaz is stay ahead of Josh Carter, who's got a 5 seconds for ignoring, and they've all pretty much got their way. Even Stevens in single file. Right then, Thieves under pressure immediately from Kuda Bays as Chaz is just keeping watch. Josh under pressure though from Bram. Let's see who can try and make a move, but they're all pretty much even. Steven and Smithy and versus Carbo. Carbo's dropped down the order for some reason. I'm guessing he had damage, not quite sure, but face our attention back. Thieves versus Kudabays. Kudabays going to send it down the inside of the Ferrari. They're banging wheels. Thieves goes off the track and he's going to keep ahead. Surely the Ferrari's going to keep around the Mercedes. The Red Bull does have good traction to lead him, just about making no contact. It was Chaz F1. Brilliant move, brilliant stuff on there to not make contact. That was absolutely inch perfect from not taking out each other as they all managed to make their way through once again. This is great stuff, and I think that was all fair and hard racing. That was so close between Chaz's front right top to Kudabays' rear left, as the top 6 all being intact as Carbo's given up. Sitting Icon stays ahead of Swag and Kiki. Carbro, I'm not sure, I'm guessing, I don't really know. What do you see next? What do you think?
I think it's been quite well done.
Oh! Billy! Oh. Billy and Carbro! That's another safety car, isn't it? Yeah! Billy and Carbro had a crash.
Well behaved.
I was going to say Erosia. Erosia had a brilliant gap, but we've got a third safety car now.
I wondered if we got straight lines. Because like Carbro did kind of give up.
Right, he stays out. Kudabays is coming in. Kudabays is probably going to put the softs. Oh, they're both Red Bulls.
Come in. What's happening, lads?
Both Red Bulls are pitted. Surely it's too early for the softs. Oh my, Red Bull. Well, they're going to be last.
It's a blunder.
We've seen this in the past when Red Bulls, when Red Bulls are at the back on a safety car restart near the end of the race, they somehow get right up back to the top.
How many safety cars were there?
This is the third one.
Oh, I thought it was a little bit more than that. Come on.
Someone predicted 4 at this rate.
still 10 more laps.
Right.
We've got enough.
Krudevez, 11th. Josh, 12th. This is exactly where they were, I think, in Saudi and Zandvoort. And they managed to finish right at the front before Krudevez's wheel obviously disconnected and went straight onto the wall. But right then, no wheel-to-wheel stuff there. But, right then. Chaz was so close in this corner last lap to hitting Krudevez. It was inch perfect. It was beautiful. These versus Krudevez. These went off track a little bit. Didn't really have much room to go anywhere else, so I think it was fair. But Rosie has to do another restart. Let's check the chat this time as a racing boy.
Why didn't these go so long? Nice and slow. Safety car lap here. I think Rosia should pull alongside and say, get on with it, son. As we've still got 2 cars.
Can they really? The safety car's definitely coming in next lap. So can those bottom 3 really take softs 9 laps?
I doubt it. Well, they can. They probably can. But like, they might be like 67%.
Well, we'll see. But they got a lot of cars to negotiate.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Bring back to the memories of
navigate
that Spa race. And I've just got Josh Crabtree going to the back of his teammate.
Lag.
Yeah, it didn't look like no lag. That was like.
Keep in mind they have this man too to get past. Tigo Biter.
Oh nah.
And JJ
I don't even think you should try.
Smithy, Logan doing well in P7 now after the 2 Red Bulls pitted. Swaggy then Sin Icon up in 5th. But Bram is in 4th. He will make sure that those Red Bulls do not get past as best as he can. Chaz is going to be right on the back of these. Chaz is going to be hoping that Bram holds everyone up so he can get a 3-second gap to the rest. He wants this podium. He's 1 of 2 have a penalty. What does JJ Francis have? 9 seconds. Wow. Let's see if these will be able to get a good restart this time to stay with Erosia. Erosia had a 1.7-second gap. Obviously, these was battling through the base. I wonder what's going through his mind at the moment. Well, it's been a very action-packed, entertaining, as you would expect, Singapore Grand Prix, and a very fitting 100th Grand Prix. Let's end it with some good racing, or just Tier 2 racing at this rate, which is, you know, a lot of it's good, a lot of it's crazy, a lot of it's questionable. What's happening? The 2 Red Bulls. Josh Crabtree is now ahead of his teammate. Did Krudevez let his teammate through?
I think that's outrageous.
Not too sure.
Can't overtake on the safety car.
But whatever's happened, Josh Crabtree is now ahead of Krudevez. So he lets his teammate fighting for the World Championship ahead. Arsenal, we'll see that.
Will does not agree with that. F1 Union, that is not legal.
They can't do that. No, you got 3 IPs for the whole restart. Oh, they've swapped again. They've heard you. I guess all's well that ends well now, I guess. You know, you got 3 IPs for the whole restart thing. You did not get 3 IPs for the whole, I'm going to go off, let 30 through, but come back. You didn't get 3 IPs for that.
I agree.
You got 3 IPs for the restart. I think you got a warning, Will. You got a warning, yeah. To not do it again. Anyway, they've swapped positions again, so it's as they were, so hopefully that cancels it out. Everyone enjoy the restart, because we're not gonna. At this rate, it's gonna be madness. Right, 9 laps to go then. Rosia, get the power on. When will he go? Oh, these nearly hits the back. Oh, these hit Rosia. Anyway, they go now. Restart. These is now under pressure from Chaz. Has already cycled through around the outside. The Rosia has gone. That's going to allow Chaz to be right on the back of these. Arsenal's got a penalty. Bram is watching this all unfold. Chaz just staying behind the Ferrari for now. As they enter turn 1. Seems like they're all keeping it clean. Where are the Red Bulls? Wants to try and move on JJ Francis. Has to stay behind for now. As Krudevez. It's Krudevez ahead of his teammate. Anyway, looking further front. Can Chaz try anything on that Ferrari? Krudevez gets a time penalty.
Oh, no.
So that's going to be costly for him. He's looking for a move. JJ Francis on those soft compound tyres. Not quite close enough to try and get down the inside or try anything. So they are all as they were. Rosier leads out with a 1 second gap as wheel to wheel. The two Red Bulls. Oh, as Josh
God,
crashed.
what a thing.
I was afraid he's going to get Francis and Tigo all the battling. But Josh is ahead. And now he's got. Oh, what's happened to Cruder Base? He's completely lost it. He's got no front wing.
Oh,
He has got no front wing. And once again, he is having so much unlucky situations as Josh is going to send it at a corner. We haven't seen anyone send it yet so far this race. Is he going to make the move? Stick on those soft compound tyres. Jamie Francis is banging wheels. He's defending for his life with his final point winning position. Josh is going to try around the outside as Tigo's sending it from the inside of his teammate. As Jamie Francis just stays there. Josh tries to switch back. He's going to keep his nose in there. No, he's not. He's going to have to back out. Oh, Josh Crabtree gets a 3 second. So Red Bull in the mud at the moment because they're not getting as much ground as we thought they would in the past on safety car restarts near the end of the race. The top 3 all separated by a second, and the top 4 from the race. The top 5 are all pretty much even Steven spaced out as the race sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on the medium compound tyres. Good gap to have as we've got a yellow. Oh, that's it for good race. He's out. Is he going to cause another safety car? A 5th safety car?
Sure.
I don't think so this time. Yeah, the safety car's had oh my god!
Yes,
Cruder Base has crashed at a very questionable place. That is what, the 5th safety car? And that looks like a questionable
one!
You're joking. That is a questionable place to crash, Jack, but that's one of the Red Bulls out, one of the top 4 contenders out, and this helps Ferrari.
Seems a little bit 50 to me.
Josh has a time penalty though now. Interesting.
Hey, you can go on the stop. I bet you will.
Let's see what the chat's saying. So Jack got a penalty, and then he somehow lost his front wing, and then heading into after the chicane, just exiting the chicane, he crashes. It's not the worst, like most skeptical corner to crash in, but Red Bull have completely screwed this as of now. They shouldn't have pitted, in my opinion. I don't know why Josh Crabtree's trying to look like him for an overtake. What's going on? It's Chaz. What's happening with Chaz? Oh, Chaz has gone into the pit lane now. Chaz, has he just thrown away? Well, he's got nothing to lose, has he? So everyone with a penalty is going to be under back. Arsenal, Chaz, Josh, and JJ Francis. The top 8 have no penalties. Could you just check their warnings now?
What did you say? Top what?
Top 8.
Oh,
That's now both Ferraris together, so Bram can do his best to hold up anyone who tries a little move. Sin Icon, haven't mentioned him much, he's running in 4th. If something happens to the top 3, he is potentially on for a first ever podium in EXFL. It'd be great to see him in podium city for the 100th Grand Prix. Swag Kiki as Josh and Arsenal are now battling. Oh, what's happened there? Josh was ahead of Arsenal, so let's see how they were.
Alright. So, GRR has 2 warnings.
Ooh. Don't throw away the win.
The XD has 3 warnings, and one's on that one, so probably
Collision. It was the collision with Josh.
Yeah. Brad,
so he's on 2 warnings as well.
We had a shower this morning, I can tell you.
Right, Brad's clean.
3. 1.
So that one of them must be a collision.
Swaggy TT. 2 warnings, 1 warning, 4 warnings.
Interesting.
Logan. 2 warnings.
Okay, Smithy.
1 warning.
1 warning. And finally Tigo.
4 Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh dear.
5, 6, 4 points.
7, 8. Okay then, right. Safety car doesn't seem to be coming in. So we'll have,
That's a bit
I
boring.
want to say, 26, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll have 5 laps of running. And hopefully we don't get a 6th safety car.
This is not a sprint. It's a marathon.
I mean, it is a sprint.
Oh. No, I swear that's not what Lewis said. He said it's
Oh
a
wait, yeah, that
marathon,
is what
not a
Lewis said.
sprint.
But
Bozo
technically it is a
moved
5 lap. It is a 5 lap sprint.
Actually, why am I a massive fraud? Oh. Jaden,
think
I
of a
don't
few
know.
reasons.
I need you to finalise this, verify it, validate it.
Chaz has just said I've screwed it, lads, but with a bit more 18+ language. Why did you pit, Chaz? I mean, Josh at this rate can still get points then.
Jaden, Pastor wants you to say his name in a peculiar manner.
No. Right,
Oh.
looking further in the front. Ferrari are going to have a big haul of points compared to Red Bull. They're already 40 odd ahead after Red Bull have been closing the gap. Oh! Ram has hit the back of Thieves. He's hit his teammate, right?
Oh, everyone's going a little bit
5
slowly, aren't they?
Who are?
Oh, I just saw like
Everyone looks good.
Arsenal was doing like 20 miles an hour. Slow.
No.
Maybe you
They're
got
all
that anyway.
Right. Oh yeah, they all look pretty good at the moment. Started with 18, we've lost both Mercedes, we've lost both McLarens, we've lost 1 Alpine and 1 Red Bull. Chaz F1 pits and seems to have regretted it. Wait to find out what he does next. Arsenal P11 still in the race. Josh Crabtree, it's not looking good for him unless he gets an actual blinder of a restart. He'll manage 9th at best. Even if he gets past JJ Francis, that's going to be it for him because he's got that penalty. Tigo up in 8th, Smithy, Logan, Swaggy, Sin, Bram, Thieves and Erosia for the 3rd time I think counting, maybe even 4th. Erosia's going to have to get on with a good restart. Right, are you ready then? 5 laps of action then. And Erosia at least, I don't think has been involved in a collision, so we can say for definite if he does win this Grand Prix, he can do it. What's happened?
I want to please my fans, but like, you're saying no, but like, I don't
Kind of got a race to his you in this. Oh,
I'll do it right now.
Erosia just. Oh! Right then, here we go then, Erosia. Oh, Bram does get a penalty for hitting the back of Thieves, and that might give Erosia a penalty because he did slow down a bit after speeding up. But anyway, he gets away ahead of Thieves, ahead of Bram with that penalty now. Sid Icon finds himself in P3 now in a net P3. Anyway, looking further back, Josh Crabtree nowhere near Jake Francis. He's on the back of Tigo Vita. Smithy getting it all wrong, but they've all pretty much got out even. No one's really closer. There's Chaz F1 making a move on Arsenal. There we go. There's a move for the Aston Martin of Williams. Right, looking further front. Anyone real to real? No. They're just keeping it clean. Erosia nearly with a 1 second gap again to the Ferrari. He's pushing, going for fastest purple sector 1. Right then. All keeping it close. Tigo on the back of Smithy, nearly hitting him, nearly pushing him through that corner as the other Alfa Tauri is ahead of Josh. Tigo's going to try around the outside. He goes off the track a little bit there, and that allows Smithy to stay ahead. But what about Josh? Josh has got ahead of JJ Francis. Brilliant move on the Red Bull. He's now making his way up. He's now got Tigo to deal with. As JJ Francis is hit, Chaz has hit the back of Josh. Oh dear! JJ Francis. Oh, Chaz and Josh. Chaz is making way up to 9. Josh trying to move. I think Chaz hit the back of Josh and JJ Francis didn't help. Tigo and Smithy now battling as Tigo's made his way up to look past another car. Wheels banging everywhere as Josh may have got ahead of JJ Francis, but he's got overtaken by Chaz F1, who is in no mood whatsoever to hang about. He's got Smithy in front. Yeah, 1 second as Brown has dropped a further 1.3 and Sin Icon a further 2.2. Could Brown really get a 5 second gap to Sin Icon? He's already pretty much halfway there. He is halfway there. We've got a yellow. Oh, Erosia, no! Erosia's crashed! Erosia from the lead of the race has crashed. Heading into the final corner. He was 4 laps away from victory. And now it's given Ferrari a 1-2. I mean, it doesn't help that Graham's 2.5 second lead is going to go to nothing again.
Not another
Sixth safety car. Can you believe it? Ferrari find themselves 1-2. Both of them have incidents or penalties.
Ferrari and Tier 2 are carrying us for the combined constructors.
Well, at the moment. Wow. And then there were 11. So only one of these guys ain't scoring points. JJ Francis has been involved in a few. Arsenal, I think, 1. Josh Crabtree and a couple. Chaz, not too sure. Smithy, I think, has been clean. Tigo's been caught in a few. Logan's having a great time out of P5. Top 5 in his debut. He's the only one remaining out of the 3 making their debut tonight. And he's the lead Aston Martin at the moment. He's got his teammate 3 places back on the softs. Swaggy up in 4th after joining late. Sin Icon finds himself on the podium positions. He has to keep within 10 car lengths, though. Just about enough. Remember Perez on investigation in the wheel thing, but he got away with it. And also Bram as well, but I'm guessing they're keeping to a limiter. That's probably why. I think the rule only applies when you're behind the safety car when you caught it. Yeah, there was a delta you have to stick to. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, Sin Icon was 2.5 seconds behind Bram. That makes sense. Never mind. They'll just keep him to a limiter, and they'll probably go after the side. Such utter despair for Rosier then, leading this Grand Prix 4 laps away from a potential victory. He's left the session. He is probably going to be so annoyed with himself. As JJ Francis pits, I'm sure Rosier was far enough ahead that Thies didn't hit him. So he's lost it all on his own. Is JJ Francis going to pick the softs, or is he going to retire? I think he's going to pick the softs. May as well. We're going to have 2 laps of running at this rate. Because in a 50% race, we can't have 1 lap remaining. Let's check what. Yeah, Rose is blaming the game. Don't know why or what happened. Who knows if that penalty with Graham stays and Thies does get a penalty for what he did to Josh in turn 1. This man right here, who bloody knows? Sin Icon, Jason, who made his debut back in Austria. I think it was P11 or a DNF. Wasn't great, but he's got those good points for Williams. He's come in and just week in, week out getting those P6s, P8s, P5s, just getting good points. And now he comes to Singapore, finds himself 3rd, with Graham in front of him with a penalty, and Thies under investigation for the start. Whatever happens, he's on the podium at the moment. And let's see what happens. We're going to finish this 100th Tier 2 race off with a classic end of race safety car. We've had 4, I think, in the past bloody 10 laps. May have had more safety car laps than actual racing laps, but anyway, Thies this time will lead them away with hopefully a good restart. I hope Graham doesn't hit him again. Top 2 on hards, the next 4 on mediums, the next 3 on softs. Tigo on the mediums, he lost out. JJ Francis on the softs. He's got nothing to lose, he's on 9 seconds. Are you ready, Nick? Final 2 laps.
Now in Tier 2 there'll probably be another safety car, not there?
Nah, there's no time.
There's time. They can break
they'll
the
find
game.
a way. Yeah, they'll find a way. Right,
No,
here we go then.
Just no.
Yeah,
you probably said something about it, but I'm in mine.
Right, he's keeping it constant at around 50 miles an hour. When's he going to go? 2 corners left then. And when's he going to apply the pressure? He's taking it right up to the line then. But now he's gone. And Bram follows him. As Sin Icon will have to try and keep within 5 seconds and not lose it within 2 laps. Strength Kiki is fighting Sin Icon then versus Logan as well. And Smithy and Chaz F1 trying to go around the outside. He bangs wheel with Smithy. He just leaves him enough room. Smithy backs off. And down the last Chaz. And Josh Crabtree to just about breeze past. Oh, as Tigo's spun out. He's now down out to the points. I think that might be him, Josh. But Josh and Chaz on the move. As Chaz F1 is making move after move. He's got past his teammate. And now now Josh Crabtree is trying to fight against his teammate as well as he's looking for P6. He's going to try around the outside of the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin does let him through. Josh Crabtree and Chaz making the moves up through the field, and they're now finding themselves 5th and 6th as Bram is holding them all up at 1.78 seconds. Sin Icon. Oh, Striking Kiki's now lost him. Chaz up to 4th now.
Chaz is lost it all, but no, he has not. That last race goes in and
is he going to try and move on Sin? Oh, he's in the back of Bram. Sin has to cut the corner. Sin gets the 3 second. Chaz now gets ahead of the Williams. Chaz now going to send it on Bram. He's going to make the move versus the Ferrari on the soft versus the hard. He leaves him just enough space. Then wheel to wheel. Chaz gets ahead. What a restart from the Aston Martin.
What a lap.
Bram's going to try and move back, but he can't. Those tyres will not hinder him as Swaggy's hit the back of Sin Icon. That allows Josh into 5th. These out clear 3.5 seconds ahead of Chaz. And with everyone having penalties, even if These does get a penalty, could we be seeing the record being broken tonight? Chaz up to 2nd. That is, besides round 1, his highlight of the season. What a restart from the Aston Martin. Bram could do nothing on those 17-lap old hards. Sin Icon will be under pressure from Josh now. Let's look to penalties. They've both got 3 seconds. They are fighting for position there. The Williams on the mediums versus the Red Bull on the soft. Here we go. As Smithy and Arsenal. Arsenal has had a spin. But Sin just stays ahead of Josh onto the final lap of the race then. Chaz has got 6 seconds, unfortunately. He's picked up another penalty, I don't know where. But now Sin Icon versus Josh then. Surely Josh will get ahead. Sin's got a bit more ERS to play with. And actually, Sin with that setup as well is staying ahead of the Red Bull. The Red Bull's going to have to try something in the corners. Oh, here's the back of Sin. Sorry, it's the back of Josh Crabtree now. All kicking off. David Francis versus Logo. David Francis gets a penalty. Any final words? Oh, there we go. I was going to say, once again, Sin has cut the corner, but now Josh has got ahead of the Williams. Any last words, Nick, before the race ends?
We've got Swaggy Kiki there with no penalties to gain on these lot ahead.
Yeah, but he's going to be under pressure from Jid.
Gain a lot of positions here. Hopefully he can stay ahead of JG Fox, maybe get the switch back. He doesn't quite have the traction, but he might jump up quite a few places as we cross the line.
Right then, a race full of chaos and carnage. We don't know who will be the winner after stewarding, but we'll settle it for tonight. As round the final couple corners we go.
Francis.
He battles along, but the record is broken as of now. These wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Fireworks aflame. It is an 8th win for These in Ferrari. And he wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Chaz F1 comes on 2nd, Bram 3rd, striking for Smithy's retired!
Smithy, no!
Oh, Smithy! On the line! Push him across! Oh, Smithy. 31 laps of work. And it's ended with him crashing in the final corner. What was that race? Arsenal comes on 10th, he'll get the point then. These is victorious in Singapore. Chaz did keep 2nd, got a 2nd ahead of Bram, who might get his 5-second retracted. These has won. Josh managed to get 4th, 5th in the end. Not too sure, but what a crazy race. Wow. There we go, we're going to see the gritty. What were you saying, Nick, right when These was about to win? You said something with Swaggy, I think.
Oh, JJ Francis basically sent it on Sin Icon, and it was a beautiful move, I'm not going to lie, from Swaggy Kiki. Went right down the middle of him. That is the worst celebration I've ever seen. Block the griddy, get out, not having it. Fraudulent. Some bold statements coming out. Jack Pearson is done with league racing.
Oh dear. Right then, These, the golden star then, if that is the victory for him after all the stewarding, he has broken the record. 8 wins in Tier 2 for These as he extends his championship lead over Josh. 5 to go. Chaz F1, P2, 9 seconds. So unless These gets 2 5-second penalties. That is it. I don't think Chaz got involved in anything. Bram, if he gets a 5-second removed, he still won't be ahead of Thies if he only gets 1. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Sorry, Kiki P4, Josh Crabtree 5th, Logan P6 on his debut, good on him. Tigo got 7th in the end, Sin Icon 8th, JJ Francis 9th, Arsenal 10th, and Smithy is still classified. And he's P11. Fastest lap goes to Rosier, who could have won, but unfortunately crashed out at the end. Cridaves, then Billy, then Carbo, George, Too Cool, Frankie, and then Frosty Life completes it. Whew. Nick, you haven't commentated in a few races. Have you missed this?
I mean, I think
No.
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, there's not a lot of words, to be honest. 6 safety cars. I mean, it's quite impressive, isn't it?
I think that's the most we've had.
Yeah.
Ever in one race.
I'm not quite sure because it puts back my bedtime about 2 hours because I'm just really tired after it. I mean, it was a great race. Why am I in the Alpine all of a sudden? Let's go again anyway. Tier 2 always, I don't know the words, but they always put on a show, don't they? I think we can all agree. They are brilliant.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah, there's not a lot to say, to be honest. It was crazy, funny, hilarious. Other than I need a thesaurus for the words. I don't know. But yeah, good race. GG's. Well done, all drivers. You did well. Yeah.
I mean, what a restart from Chaz F1. That was probably
That was
one of the biggest moments of the whole race. Just, he was what, 10th? And he went up to 2nd? Move after move, clean as you like as well. I mean, I think there was one move that had a bit of wheel banging, but move after move was absolutely gorgeous. I think that tops his win in Bahrain. That was absolutely biblical from the Aston Martin driver there, and I hope he keeps that P2 because he deserves that. Absolutely smashing from him. Right then, I don't think there'll be any post-race interviews because we've got too much to deal with, but we thank you all for tuning in for this 100th Tier 2 race. We've come a long way. 100 races in the making. Here's to the next 100. We've still got 5 races left of this season, and at the moment Thies takes the stranglehold, extends his advantage from 3 points to who knows what. If they finish how they are, then it's 18 points, the gap. Yeah, I gotta go, so apologies, Thies. We'll try and interview you before the race next week, but yes, we gotta immediately hop off and then sort all this. Make sure everything's cool and calm, so thank you all for tuning in. Yep. Indeed. Right, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you in 7 days for the Japanese Grand Prix.